Alrighty guys, Xcon here, and welcome to episode 31 of the Xcon Star Wars show. We got some huge news this week. Um, the big news of the month, as I call it. This year, other than early May, there's at least been a decently good news topic to talk about. Obviously, May was because of Solo, but this week there's some good prequel era news. Some books and whatnot, and another thing you probably already heard of, and probably in the title. But we'll be doing that in a second, because we have to go do the new releases first for the week. And there are three new comics, and one new book. Starting it off is a new book, which is Thrawn Alliances, the sequel to last year's Thrawn, which I legitimately just started reading last night. So, yeah. It took me a little bit, but, finally reading that. Once I'm obviously done with that, then I'll get around to reading Alliances. But that comes out tomorrow, July 24th. And then, the comics, there's Dr. Aphra issue 22, which comes out July 25th, which is Wednesday. Then Lando Double or Nothing issue 3, which comes out July 25th also. And then finally Star Wars Adventures issue 12, which will come out once again July 25th, which once again is a Wednesday, if you forgot when I just said it not very long ago. So yeah, that's it for the new releases for the week. Signed for Thrawn Alliances. The comics are whatever. Haven't read any of Dr. Aphra or the new Lando series. I've read a few issues of Adventures, which it's a alright series. Nothing too incredible. But let's get into the news for the week, and that is that Star Wars: The Clone Wars is returning for a 7th season, which is just crazy, really cool. Which was announced at the 10-year anniversary panel at San Diego Comic-Con, which was this past, weekend. It was revealed on Thursday, I want to say. Which they released a little. It's a teaser trailer, really, but they call it a trailer. Which it was about 2 minutes. The first half of it is lines from several different clone troopers from the series already, with a bunch of clone trooper helmets, and then explosions going on in the background, and helmets blow up, and then then it cuts to some of the new actual stuff. So yeah, which one of the scenes was, I don't know what planet it was. I it honestly seems and looks familiar, but I just don't know which one it is. But of a Republic base, and as Anakin, say Rex, could be mistaken. Then when the Bad Batch members, standing there looking out, and, see all the fuck me, the name of the Republic Star Destroyers, then it cuts to a clip of Anakin and Obi-Wan walking into the room with the hologram, and then turns out to be Ahsoka on the hologram next to I want to say it was Bo-Katan. So obviously confirming the Siege of Mandalore, which was already, you know, it would, even if they didn't show that, I think that'd be expected. That would be the in this season. But yeah. But the previous seasons, I would say seasons 1 through 4 had 22 episodes. Season 5 had 20. Then technically of season 6, the last missions, there was around 12, I want to say, 12 to 16. And then there's the 8 unfinished episodes. But this season will have 12 episodes. And it will release next year on Disney's new streaming service, where the live-action Star Wars TV show from Jon Favreau will also be. So, getting within the launch year of the streaming service, we'll have 2 Star Wars shows, which Disney's already sold it to me. To be honest, I'll probably own when there's new episodes for the Star Wars shows. Just won't pay for the subscription. That's all I'll just pay for once the new episodes come out. And it's a pro tip there, even though it's not that. You have to be dumb not to figure that out. But yeah. So yeah. Obviously, don't know if all 12 of those episodes will be 22 minutes, like pretty much all the episodes of Clone Wars and Rebels. But those were 22 minutes because of, one, it being on TV. So, it has to have the 8 minutes of commercial breaks and whatnot. And from the trailer shows, it seemed like they're actually giving them a pretty damn high budget for this 7th season. So, don't know if episodes will stay 22 minutes. I'm just going to expect 22 minutes. But it would be nice if episodes are like 30 minutes to an hour. They can get like 9 different arcs in there. And, to tie it up nicely and not, focus, a quarter of the episodes on the Siege of Mandalore. But I'm just gonna expect 22 minutes. But yeah, the only arcs I really definitely obviously want to see is the Siege of Mandalore. But then the arc was, showed off as Cad Bane and Boba Fett. I do want to see that one. Don't know if they'll do it or not, but we'll obviously find out next year. And we'll probably get that information in April at Star Wars Celebration, where we'll probably get another trailer alongside the live-action TV show, which I guess that the live-action TV show will probably have to be starting to shoot soon. I would expect sometime at the end of this year, beginning of next. But yeah, Um, I'm pretty excited for it. Um, only thing is now it's like the Resistance show that, in its first season, I feel like will be held back on what people might think of it or care of it because they already know what they're already familiar with is, show what they're already familiar with is coming back. But, and also we don't know at this point if Star Wars Resistance will cover the, what happens after Rebels with the, epilogue on the, series finale of Rebels. Which, to be honest, that's the story I want to know the most about right now in the animated kind of stuff. But who knows? Resistance might cover that. But we'll figure out about that sometime soon. Which Resistance is set to come out this year. So yeah. But anyways, moving into some other news not related to animated, but related to home releases, and that is the Solo Star Wars story home release dates have been announced, and those are that the digital will come out on September 14th, and if you're a I guess collector or like physical stuff like me, then Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray and DVD. If you're a scrub, if you still buy DVDs, that will come out September 25th. And like usual, there will be some special editions, with Best Buy having a steelbook, and like usual, and then Target having a little like art book of the sorts, like usual. And yeah, and obviously there will be actually a decent bit of special scenes, special features, not special scenes. There are deleted scenes. Actually, a lot more than I was expecting, but yeah. Anyways, those special features are Solo, the director and cast roundtable, Team Chewie, Kazadin on Kazadin from remaking the Millennium Falcon, Escape from Corellia, The Train Heist, Becoming a Droid, L337, Scoundrels, Droids, Creatures, and Cards, Welcome to Fort Ypso, Into the Malestorm, The Kessel Run, and then and there is a Target exclusive special feature, the Millennium Falcon from Page to Park, which will cover the I believe it's the Star Wars Galaxy Edge, or whatever it's called, which will be the Star Wars theme park attraction at Disney World and Disneyland. They're both. I don't know which one. So yeah, and then there's some deleted scenes. Those are Proxima's Den, Corellian Foot Chase, Han Solo Imperial Cadet. Then there's three extended scenes. I wrote them out of order for whatever reason. I probably should have done the extended scenes last, but those are the Battle of Mimban, Mimban extended, then Han versus Chewie extended, and Meet Dryden extended. Then, or these aren't extended scenes anymore. Snowball fight and coaxium double cross. So yeah, I'm surprised there's a decent bit of deleted scenes, considering what happened with the film. Um, so yeah, obviously with like behind the scenes special features, it, it, it's gonna be a bit off, to be honest. You know, I just have a feeling it's gonna be like kind of like Rogue One and Force Awakens special features, where they're a bit lackluster. Which The Last Jedi had really some pretty decent special features. Um, Actual thought into them. It feels uh, like Rogue One is absolutely terrible for the fucking special features. Just it's really a behind the scenes making of, and that was really it. No deleted scenes, no real nothing. Uh, One thing that is lacking from this, it seems, is you know, what was in Force Awakens, Rogue One, and The Last Jedi was an hour long making of. It seems like it has the bits and pieces, but not the full thing, which kind of sucks. But obviously, the reason why. Which, even though it's so weird that they were able to put in Rogue One. But yeah, that's it for that. I will definitely be buying it on in September. I'll most likely buy the Steelbook, and I'll do an unboxing then, and probably do a digital code giveaway like I have for my past two uh, Blu-ray unboxings. But anyways, also moving on to the next story, at San Diego Comic-Con, there was a publishing panel for books, and there ended up being some comic stuff too. So, going through that, there was some new cool stuff. I'll get through some of the more simpler stuff, which is the solo novelization, which will be like the Last Jedi novelization, and be called the Expanded Edition. Um, so yeah, and that will come out September 4th, 2018. Then they also announced that the solo comic adaptation will start in October, um, which I believe the Last Jedi adaptation ends in September, so just getting right back into another movie adaptation for comics, which is whatever. I really don't care. I adaptations aren't like the things I'm like, oh shit, I need to get out and read it right away. I'll see with The Last Jedi and solo novelizations, they add some scenes, and I believe like other novelizations did that also, but were called expanded editions. And the comic adaptations add like a few things. But yeah, and also one thing with novelizations, canon, add some inner monologue for characters, their actual thoughts on it, what they don't speak. Um, you know, that's one thing like does have, which is nice because in film you really can't. Obviously you can, but it's feel a bit off in a Star Wars movie. But yeah, then the new arc for Darth Vader, uh, Dark Lord of the Sith comic, which is about Vader's castle. I forget the name of it. Um, they announced that will be a total of 7 issues, making it the longest arc in that series. So yeah, and the first issue for that comes out August 8th, so just a few short weeks. And then there is a new mini-series from IDW, who make the Adventures comic, which will be called Star Wars Adventures Tales from Vader's Castle, which will be 5 issues. It'll be about a rebel squad that crash lands on Mustafar, and then each issue they tell a made-up tale about a certain Star Wars character, and few characters, which the character they tell tale of is different each issue, and then which all 5 issues will be released each week in October. So probably each Wednesday or whatever they choose. Which obviously didn't say. But yeah. So that one's neat. Obviously, it's more like the other actual adventures comic. It's not the most I guess kind of canon of the issues. Obviously, the Rebel Squad and landing there and what they do will be canon, but the tales they tell won't. So, yeah, obviously won't be getting much out of that in terms of lore. But then there is a new comic series from Marvel, and it will be a 30-issue maxi series. To be honest, I have no fucking clue what that means. I'm not a comic guy, so I don't. The only comics I read are Star Wars comics. But yep. You'll be following characters from the prequel trilogy, original trilogy, and sequel trilogy. In each different trilogy, the series will have a different name. So, for instance, the first one they'll be doing is the prequel trilogy, and that will be titled Star Wars Age of Republic. The original trilogy one will be called Star Wars Age of Rebellion. Then the sequel trilogy one will be called Age of Resistance. And it will start in December with 2 issues. Which the first one will be Age of Republic, Qui-Gon, Qui-Gon Jinn. Then Age of Republic, Darth Maul, which will cover a story with, Qui-Gon and Darth Maul. Obviously not together, but, just a random story they do. And there will be, 2 issues a month. So those 2 release in December. And there will be 8 total Age of Republic issues, which they detail what the upcoming ones will be, and that it will be guessing in January or whenever, Obi-Wan, and then a Jango one, excited for that Django one. I'm also excited for the Qui-Gon one. Then Anakin, Dooku, Padme, and Grievous. Uh, so yeah, don't know what the other 22 issues of the series will be, because, I'll have to figure out how to. Well, they probably already have it figured out, but we will figure out how many issues Age of Rebellion and Age of Resistance will be. So yeah, alright, and then there are 2 new books. First of which will be called Star Wars Queen's Shadow, and will follow Padme Amidala, and it will be written by E.K. Johnson, who wrote the Ahsoka novel. And the description says Padme Amidala served Naboo well as its queen, but now she is ready to begin a new chapter in her life. Then the newly elected queen asked Padme to serve Naboo in a new capacity as its senator. With the help of her devoted handmaidens, Padme must figure out how to navigate the treacherous waters of politics and forge a new identity beyond the Queen's shadow. Which, obviously, that means it will take place in between episodes 1 and 2, which will be the first novel to do so, I'm pretty sure. I think. Let me see here. Because there really is not much in between. Whoops. In between the episode 1 and 2. That will be the first novel to do so. There's a few things, like, the Obi-Wan and Anakin comic. But other than that, it's really not much. So yeah. And then, another book, which is Star Wars Master and Apprentice. And the description for that says, set before the events of The Phantom Menace, this thrilling new novel from best-selling author Claudia Gray starts Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, stars Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi on a dangerous mission for the Jedi. So, yeah, that'll be the first novel to take place before The Phantom Menace, which is also a time what also has barely anything. It has the Yoda's Secret War arc from the Star Wars comic, the Darth Maul 5-issue comic, and then a short story. Now we'll have a full novel. This might be their mission to Mandalore, maybe. I don't know. But we'll find out on February 26, 2019, when this book comes out. So yeah, obviously that's probably my most anticipated book. Right now, obviously there really isn't much. That's not counting Thrawn Alliances, but with only 2 other books, isn't much. And was written by Claudia Gray, which I haven't read Bloodline or the Leia book. I've read Lost Stars, and I really like that one. In fact, I read it in like 2 days, which I just don't do that. I've never read a book in 2 days before I read that one, so yeah. And before Phantom Menace, obviously I want to see more content there. Yeah, anyways, that's it for news. So, if you're a fan of the prequel era, there's lots of good stuff there. So yeah, if you're a fan of the original trilogy, well, you're fucked. Um, which, I hope this stays. They don't do as many original trilogy era stories as much as they have been doing, because it feels like every story is original trilogy, or at least set, you know, when the Empire was in control, or yeah, it's gets a bit repetitive, but yeah. One thing I say is I'm a bit upset there isn't, as of right now, and I'm just gonna assume that's gonna stay that way because I don't know why they wouldn't announce, you know, at this panel, is that there won't be a single book coming out from in between September and February. So yeah, obviously the September book's a novelization, so in reality, from new actual stories, it's July to February. As of right now, they could announce a book to come out at the end of the year. It's a bit doubtful when they had this panel to announce it, and they obviously didn't. At least we'll have, comics and, Star Wars Resistance to, entertain us then. But, yeah, anyways, moving on to the review. Obviously, there isn't one. Why would I do one? You know me. Anyways, moving into some upcoming content. I know last week I said this solo review will be out, but just because I haven't been feeling 100%, and I still got so many, you probably heard me, doing that. It's obviously still not that great. It seems like that I'm perfectly fine before I record a video, and then I go do it, and it just starts fucking happening. But then again, I'm paying more attention to it and thinking about more, so there's that. But yeah, and I might also have my Thrawn review out this week, and if I buy it and read it, for the next episode, which I am completely 100% doubtful that I will, Thrawn Alliances, maybe the review for that. And yeah, maybe I'll get a comic review out this week. Probably not, though. No 100% promises on that, but I am 100% promising that solo review. It will be out this week. But yeah, anyways, I've been the Xcon, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
We've lost one of our cruisers.